So we call our edits after games AI edits.
Okay.
Areas of improvement.
Areas of improvement, okay.
So they know an AI edit means areas of improvement.
Okay.
BOB edits are best of the best edits.
Oh, those are.
So we'll show, obviously, and I think it's important when you're teaching guys to show them doing it correctly as much or more than you do showing them doing it incorrectly. I think they learn through both, but almost better through, hey, this is what it needs to look like. And they tend to gravitate that for obvious reasons as well. So gravitate to that more than they would the AI edits. But we use both.
All right, we have Coach John Groce. Welcome back to Zips Nation Insider. Coach, there's no way we could have done this in one episode. Awesome. There's no way.
I enjoy being on with you. We've done this a few times now. You do a great job with this whole thing, Jacob.
This is part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1, check that one out. We talk a little bit more about last season, the off season, and the current season as we promote Zips basketball starting. So this is going to air on Christmas Day. So we're going to just jump right into the system. I call this segment was just random questions, but things that I really wanted to ask you that, just throughout the year of you and I talking, just things that have popped in. So I wanted to make sure we got to these questions. So they're going to be a little bit more, I don't know, I don't want to say more fun, but I think just a little bit more random, so to speak.
Okay.
So this is the first one that I've wanted to ask you. Let's talk about your game day fit. The choices that you make to wear. Now, pre-COVID, college coaches wore suits. That was kind of the thing. So during COVID, it got a little bit casual, the quarter zips. But I've noticed there's a theme with your home, at least home and away. So talk to me a little bit about your choice to what to wear during a game.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there is a style. You have a style.
So
you have a style.
Obviously, and you mentioned it, pre-COVID, it was suits.
Yeah.
Right? And so we wore those. And then after COVID, it changed. And when the change happened, I remember having a conversation with my mother. She loved the suits, I think. She said, you're not just going to wear just a polo, are you? And so that rang in my head. And I'm like, I don't know. At that point, I was kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
Suit, khakis, and polo. Like, what route are we going to go? And then I went to an event, which is an unbelievable event called Viva La Panza.
Okay.
At Tadero's Party Center. And I went with some people from the athletic department, and Charles Guthrie was there and happened to be wearing a vest.
Yeah.
I said, man, I like that. He goes, you should get yourself one. And all of a sudden, a light went off in my head like, Mom doesn't want just the polo.
There you go.
I'm not sure I want to go back to suits. I may go with this. So I got with Kyle Foster, who's our equipment manager.
Sure.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
You want to talk about high care factor. Like, he cares about his job, Akron, our guys. Kyle does an unbelievable.
We have him on the list to interview.
He does an unbelievable job.
Yeah.
And so I said, Kyle, what do you think? Can we do this? And can we get maybe a few different colors? He said, sure. And he got it done. And from that point on, it's been the vest. Now, the only time I don't wear it is when we're in a Caribbean island, like St. Thomas.
We'll
we wore the polos.
Yes.
When we're on, when we're at these the Caymans.
Sure.
Is the only time I don't wear the vest. When we play Kent, I wear a gold vest.
Okay.
It's really the only time I wear the gold vest.
Coach, that's a little bit of a superstition then.
So it is, yeah. So, but other than that, I'll wear a white vest, blue vest, gray vest, black vest.
Yeah.
Basically the colors our guys wear.
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, Jacob, I wear blue. And most of the time, I'm going to ask Kyle, what have our guys picked tonight to wear? What do you have them wearing? Are there black jerseys tonight, white jerseys, blue jerseys, gold jerseys? And more often than not, I'll try to match up with whatever jersey we're wearing for the game. Not all the time, but more than occasionally.
So, I think that first home game, everyone was in black uniforms, and you were wearing the black. I remember the black.
Yeah.
Now, that may have been the first time I've seen the black vest. Do you keep stats on the vest?
No, I don't keep stats on the vest.
Okay.
And maybe I should. And I've got some new vests. In fact, on our website, and it really helps our program if you do it. by contributing to the collective. And I've mentioned Bud in the previous podcast there and numerous times before. But we also, and Bud would tell you this, we appreciate the contributions of others and so many that have contributed to, the NIL fund. But I wear a couple of the vests now that have the Fear the Rue Collective logo on the back, and I love them. They're great, high quality, but they're being sold online.
Sure.
And if you're interested in buying them, please do. It goes to a great cause and allows us to continue to be competitive in this crazy environment that we're in right now.
Yeah. Well, I love the style. I just wanted to see what the origin of that is, because to your point, there was always suits and then COVID, and then now just kind of curious about how that kind of came about. But it definitely, you've seen, at least last year, there was a student who was dressing like you. Yeah. Had the vest, had the hair, the matching hair. Yeah. So that has become your kind of your signature style. All right. Oh, and by the way, the polo thing, we were watching the Virgin Islands tournament. Yeah. And threw my wife for a loop the fact that you're wearing a polo shirt. She was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah, we do that on the islands. It's a little warmer on the islands, so I try to stay away
that makes sense.
From the vest a little bit.
Threw Lisa for a little bit of a loop of like, wait a minute, where's Coach? She's wearing a polo. She didn't like the polo. We've got our, we're
tell
all
her
used
I
to.
apologize.
All right, so the next question, this is one that I wanted to do with other guests, but I decided I wanted to try it out with you. I'm calling this Fun with AI.
Okay.
So I put into the prompt, who is Coach John Groce? What is his leadership style and his coaching philosophy? That was the prompt.
I've never done that. I don't use AI very often.
That's okay. Well, let me
see. AI in our world means, and I do it because our guys know, right? Everybody knows what AI means, right? Typically, when I say, "Hey, AI," you're going to immediately think
number 3,
artificial intelligence.
Well, I was going to say Allen Iverson,
right? Or maybe Allen Iverson. Yeah, no question. I didn't think about that, but you're right. So we call our edits after games AI edits.
Okay.
Areas of improvement.
Areas of improvement. Okay.
So they know an AI edit means areas of improvement.
Okay.
BOB edits are best of the best edits.
Oh, those are.
So we'll show, obviously, and I think it's important when you're teaching guys to show them doing it correctly as much or more than you do showing them doing it incorrectly. I think they learn through both, but almost better through, hey, this is what it needs to look like.
Yeah.
And they tend to gravitate that for obvious reasons as well. So gravitate to that more than they would the AI edits.
Sure.
But we use both.
Okay. Well,
so
in this
back
case,
to AI.
in this case, it's artificial intelligence, not areas of improvement. But so I put that prompt in, and this is what it says. So I want to ask you what you think about.
Okay.
John Groce is the head men's basketball coach at the University of Akron and is widely described as a high-energy, relationship-driven leader whose philosophy centers on culture, player development, defense, and shared accountability. His teams are known for playing the right way, unselfish offense, tough defense, and a process-focused, family-first environment. Is that a correct summary of John Groce?
That's AI. I need to hire them as my agent.
Anything to add?
I think right now the only thing is, and obviously we're living in the moment right now, sitting here, right, doing this podcast. And I would agree with most of it, except for anything that references at all the fact that we're playing quality defense right now. Because we got to be better there.
Yeah, there we go.
We just gave up 115 points the other day. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I think that's too many.
Yeah, especially when you put up 100.
Yeah.
I mean, when you put up 100
so we
points.
need to be, when we know that and we're addressing that, the players are committed to that, staff is as well, but we got to get better on that end.
So talk to me a little bit more about playing the right way. I love that term because you've often used the term an Akron guy, what an Akron guy is. We had Amani on reference this in part 1. We interviewed him and I asked him, what does it mean to be an Akron guy? He did a good job describing it. But for those that have not heard this, because I think that goes into playing the right way,
the
Akron way. Talk a little bit about what that means.
So Akron guy means everything every day. That's all we expect. You're like, whoa, that's a pretty high standard. Yeah, that's right. And that could be classroom. That could be off the court in terms of how you treat people and your engagement. Could be on the court, obviously, and how we play the game. The expectation here is that we give everything every day to whatever it is that we're doing at that moment. That is an Akron guy. In terms of culture obviously is important. I think it beats, talent when talent doesn't have culture.
Yeah.
For us, we want guys who And it's hard in this environment we're in, that want to win, that care about winning, and that care about each other. Now, winning, when people hear that, they assume, and it is a part of it, that they think it strictly means winning games.
Got it.
It's not. It means winning games. Yeah, we want to do that, absolutely. We want to compete for and win championships. We want to win in the classroom. We want them to win in life. We want them to make winning decisions and not losing decisions.
Yeah.
Like want them to be a winner. How they respond to adversity. You know, winners respond a certain way. They respond and get to the next play with next play speed. All fights for all of us, right? Not just guys that I'm coaching that are 18 to 23 years old, but people in general, adults, struggle with those things. We all do. So, but that's what we want. You want our culture to be about. If you ask our guys, describe the culture, I think they're going to tell you we care about winning, we care about each other.
Yeah.
You know, it starts there foundationally.
Another, I don't know if these are called coach Groceisms, but things that I've heard you say in the past that I love. I attended the kind of the kickoff reception that we had before. Yeah, I think you mentioned this before on the podcast too, that preparation trumps pressure. Now, I also have in parentheses panic. So I don't know if I wrote that or if you've said that, but preparation trumps pressure. Talk a little bit about that phrase, how that kind of came about and how that is instilled in your players.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talk about if we honor the process and we prepare the right way, and do what we do as well as we possibly can with the right attitude and the right effort, that we've got talented guys that will be in position to get the results that we want. And that when the ball tips, I use an old phrase. I grew up in a rural community. In fact, my stepfather, who's a great man, used to be a hog farmer.
Oh, wow.
And so I grew up with a kind of a farmer's mentality to an extent.
Sure.
And I use the phrase with the guys, hay's in the barn.
Hay's in the barn.
Let's go out and play, man.
Okay.
You know, we've already done all our walkthroughs, film, we've studied it, we've prepared. It's time to go cut it loose. Play aggressive, understanding that we're not going to be perfect. We talk about being an 80-20 organization all the time, and how we respond to the 20% matters as much or more than the 80% that we do correctly during the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Because no one coaches perfect, no one officiates perfect, no one plays perfect. It's how you respond to that oftentimes determines the outcome. And so, you know, for us, that's really kind of the way in which that we look at it.
Yeah, yeah. So other phrase that you've used, I love this. All gas and no brakes.
Yeah.
It's kind of the style of University of Akron basketball.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great one.
It is. We play fast.
Play fast.
And I still don't think we play fast enough.
What do the players think about that?
I'm on them all the time.
Yeah.
You'll love this. We'll share this with the people out there. So I'm thinking like, okay, got to be a teacher here. How can you show them through words or pictures how fast you want to play?
Yeah, yeah.
So I go online. You Googled me.
Yeah.
So I Google fastest animal in the world, which is what?
I'm going to say cheetah.
You are 100% correct. Slowest animal in the world.
Sloth?
Correct.
Okay.
And then the middle ground that's pretty fast, a deer.
Okay. Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So me, being the teacher, pulls out clips of a sloth being a sloth, a deer being a deer, and a cheetah being a cheetah.
Yeah.
And I show them the speed of all three.
Yeah.
They got the biggest kick out of that.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, you reminded me now, I showed this last year when we instituted this new style.
Okay.
I've not shown those clips this year, although so every time you practice, it'll say, Jacob had 50 chances to run today in practice.
Oh, interesting.
How many of them were cheetah speed? How many of them were deer speed? How many of them were sloth speed? And obviously, you don't want to be the sloth.
Yeah, sure.
But that's posted and hung up in the locker room every day.
Wow.
So you know whether you're all gas, no brakes, what your ratio of cheetah to deer to sloth looks like on the daily.
Yeah.
And you want to be the cheetah.
Sure.
Obviously.
Sure.
So anytime we see a clip, like we had one recently of Chabi Barre running like a cheetah down the floor and getting a rim run, we put that on the best of the B.O.B.
Yeah, that's
best
the
of the
B.O.B.,
best
yes.
of it. Guys clap, but yeah, all gas, no brakes. We're wanting to play as fast as possible.
And if you come to a game this season, you will definitely see that. It's amazing to watch. All right, so we promoted this episode that we're interviewing you on our social media, on our Instagram, and I solicited questions.
Oh, that's
So I
cool.
have a question.
Yeah, give him a chance to ask,
So
right?
this is the user.
Sure.
Evan.Wilson20. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, boy, here we go. Willie.
Evan.Wilson20 said, this is his question. As great a career as you've had, what are you still working on to grow as a coach? And he also adds, miss you, coach. So what are you still working on? What's for you? What is on that list of things that you just haven't been able to check off yet?
Yeah, I mean, I think I need to listen better. I try to remind myself to listen better. I need to be a better listener. So I'm striving, and by no means have arrived in that area. So that's an area I think that's really important. You got to listen to your players, listen to your staff. And so that's an area that I'm aspiring to improve upon. I think relationships with your players and your staff are critical. I think it's the most important thing. In order to do that, you have to be able to communicate well, both verbally and non-verbally. Yeah. But I think in order to know what to communicate to your group that you're leading, you have to listen.
Yeah.
So I know my wife would probably agree with that.
Well,
too,
I was just going to say, I know who's a great reminder of
your wife.
Yeah.
Listen, she'll be like, I told you that. You weren't listening.
Even that, I think even just going to this podcast today, she even said, just listen. She's always reminded me of the importance of listening.
I think it's huge.
Spouses and significant others are good about
lastly, I'll say this about E. Willie. He's the best. I mean, that dude, so proud of him. He's an assistant right now, graduate assistant at Arkansas State for one of my best friends, Ryan Pannone. An unbelievable opportunity for him, but he earned it. Really proud of him, who he is as a human being, who he was as a student, and I'm assuming still is as a graduate student.
Sure.
The way he represented our program, his mind, his heart. He's an Akron guy. Forever indebted to him and loved the opportunity to coach him.
It's probably also cool to see just kind of that your philosophy, your style getting perpetuated around to other programs.
Yeah,
he's going to add his own spin and the coach where he's at, but the foundation, that foundation started here as a player, and again, it's just a credit to the program that he's going to go on and then share that philosophy and those things with some of those other players.
Yeah, no, it's really cool that he gets a chance to impact other student athletes, and I know that he will.
And with the Sunbelt MAC Challenge, we may have a chance to play them again.
Yeah, you never know. And the all gas, no brakes deal really is a branch off of Alabama, where the head coach at Arkansas State used to be before he got the job. And so, we learn from everybody, right? We talk about trying to listen.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate all that Ryan has given to me. He's made me a better person and coach, and that Evan gets an opportunity to work for him. Very thankful for, our relationship with Nate Oates, who does a great job at Alabama as well.
So this year, for 25-26, there were some rule changes. One that impacts you directly, and that's the coach's challenge. So kind of a two-part question. One, I want to get your thoughts on that and how that's played into, but also, are there rules that you wish could be new rules? And again, I don't want you to get in trouble, but just curious, are there things going on in basketball that, maybe some rule changes, but maybe focus first on that one and how that could impact a game and your responsibility as a coach to be able to challenge some of these. Have you been able to do that
really
yet?
Our challenge, is really centered around restricted arc plays and goaltending. Certain things we can't challenge. Yeah. So I think some people think, well, they should challenge that. There's certain things we can't. Those are the two that we can primarily. And obviously, at the end of the game, the referees, the last 2 minutes, can go and look at it on their own.
Got it.
Their initiative to do that, Jacob, was to try to speed up the game.
Okay.
So that it, quite frankly, finishes quicker.
Yeah.
And there's not as much you've seen games in the past where they go to the monitor like 5 or 6 times in the last 2 minutes, and it can drag on.
Yeah. Or soccer games.
So they're trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
Create a more free-flowing game. But, if it was me, the number one thing I would do, and again, it is what it is, right? You can't change it. But I would be a fan of our game becoming 4 quarters.
4 quarters. Interesting.
Now, what that does do is it messes with, people say, well, they should do that because FIBA does that, EuroLeague, NBA, WNBA, women's basketball, G League. There isn't a league in the world, high school, that doesn't play quarters except for men's college basketball. Well, it's a little trickier because of contractual obligations to TV partners of when those media timeouts are going to be.
Yeah.
Now, could they find a way to probably work that out? Maybe. But I just think it would be, it's just an opinion.
Yeah.
Other people may have different opinions
Sure.
on it. I think it would be good if we went quarters like the rest of the world, so to speak.
How is there like a process for those types of things? Is there all the coaches come together and say like, here's what I would like to see. How does that work within the
there's a rules committee that works very hard on potential additions or deletions to the rules.
Got it.
And then obviously the NABC, which is the National Association of Basketball Coaches, they're listening to all of us, in particular head coaches, but us coaches, in terms of bringing initiatives to the NCAA, to the rules committee for potential change.
Sure.
And so that's really, but the rules committee's in charge of the rules, obviously.
Got it. Well, since the last time we chatted, one of the big things here on campus is a new athletic director. Talk about your relationship with Dr. Goodrich, how that has been from a support perspective.
Yeah, first of all, I admire, the fact that he's been drinking water out of a fire hose since he got here. And I've been there before when you make that transition. And so that's challenging. And I admire the work ethic of him and his team to make stuff happen.
Yeah.
I told you earlier how much I've been attracted my whole life is how do we get better?
Yeah.
And I think obviously their focus is on that. He's hired some great people. And I've told him this. I appreciate the fact of his honesty. When in communication, with him, he's been very transparent, which I really appreciate a great deal.
Sure.
And again, I think he's very open-minded and understands, like, trying to find ways to make Akron better. Whether it's the university at large, the athletic department, our program, and the other programs. The focus on how do we improve, how do we get better, what do we need to address next to grow, which is, huge. For me, I enjoyed my time with them in the Virgin Islands. We had some other boosters and donors there as well, and I really appreciated them coming because most of the time when you take a job and you're drinking water out of a fire hose and you've got 100 things on your menu to do, conversations, interactions can be sharp but short.
Sure.
Down there we had a little bit more time, I think, to get to know each other and certainly respect the job that he's doing.
Yeah. Did you get to play pickleball with him? That was something from
that was Terry Wygant. So for those of you that don't know, Terry, who's now back on our staff, which is awesome, is basically, and he'd probably kill me for saying this, but he's a professional pickleball player.
Wow.
The dude's a monster. He's really, really good. He tells me his brother's even better or good as well. I go better because he might be insulted by that
Sure.
if he watches it, and obviously knows enough about it and is good enough at it that he can teach it. So it was really cool. Actually, one day I was in the cardio room on the elliptical getting my workout in, looked out the window and saw Dr. Goodrich and Terry playing.
Yeah.
And
I think they were playing the broadcaster. That was during the tournament, during the game.
Yeah.
They were talking about playing pickleball with Dr. Goodrich.
So, but yeah, Terry's really, really, really good.
Okay. Do you have any hidden talents like that? Do you have any pickleball outside of basketball?
Don't. I am such a simple guy. It's, my wife, thank God, she breathes fresh air into the family and all of our relationships with other families and friends.
Sure.
I'm the boring guy.
The boring guy?
I'm the guy that loves to, I love to read. I love to have quiet time. Faith's important to me. My family's important to me. I hate to miss anything that my kids are doing.
Yeah.
I love to exercise, and I love ball.
There you go.
And Occasionally, I have played some golf, and I've enjoyed that. I'm not very good at it.
You're good on the short game. Your short game's good. I've seen you putt.
Yeah, but that's about it. I'm not real complicated.
Okay.
I'm a routine guy. My lifestyle, if my wife bought into strictly what I did independently, she would be bored to death. Right? She keeps everybody on their toes.
Sure.
Adds a different dynamic to our family and the relationships we have with others, which is why I love her to death and am appreciative of all that.
Very complimentary, right? That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Complimentary. All right, last question on this before we have a very special, we call it This or That Christmas movie. So we're going to get to that in a second. But
all right.
You said something earlier this year, probably about a month and a half ago, that had a visceral reaction, several people. This was at the football game. It might have been the Kent State game. You gave your sub sandwich order, and you included mustard and teriyaki sauce, Coach.
I did.
And there were many people that thought, whoa, time out.
Yeah.
And
I love that
the word psychotic was kind of used.
Yeah.
So
I love that combo.
Mustard and teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, mustard, spicy mustard specifically.
Spicy mustard.
Teriyaki sauce, mayonnaise, and then obviously the chicken and the cheese.
Yeah.
Right? That's my sandwich I get a lot at like a place like, let's say, Penn Station.
Okay.
Right?
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's too, yeah.
Yep.
Both, I go to both. I love that combo. And that is a little different, a little weird.
There was people in the
just
stadium.
Like I thought it was strange when I think it's Primanti Brothers.
Sure.
I hope I pronounced it correctly.
In Pittsburgh.
Where they put fries.
Yes.
So I was working with Sean Miller, who's a native Pittsburgh guy, and we went one time when we were playing, I believe I was at Xavier, we were playing Duquesne, we're in Pittsburgh. We go there, and I'm like, fries on a burger? And now I love it.
Yeah.
Or I'll give you another combo, egg on a burger.
Egg on a burger.
Like, what in the world? I love that now. As I've gotten older, I've learned to be more, I guess we'd say, well-rounded.
Sure.
Selections and choices rather than just being a plain cheeseburger with ketchup guy.
There you go. But the spicy mustard and teriyaki did get a reaction at the stadium.
I love it.
Of people being like, did he just say teriyaki and spicy mustard? Yeah. Hey, I mean,
tell him I'm a weirdo.
You love what you love, right?
You do.
You love what you love. All right, Chad, I need you to hand me a piece of paper. All right, so we're going to play, this is This or That. So I'm going to give you some options of Christmas movies. We're going to get to ultimately your favorite Christmas movie, okay?
Yeah, which I've kind of already told you what that one is.
Well,
and to be honest with you, I don't watch a ton of movies, so some of these I may...
That's all right.
You may look at me again like, what a weirdo.
No,
kind of like the spicy mustard, teriyaki, and mayonnaise. You may say, how does this guy have not watched that movie? That's very plausible.
Okay. That's all right. First, we're going to start off strong. It's a Wonderful Life versus Miracle on 34th Street.
I have seen both of those. I would go with It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story, Home Alone.
Ooh. So far, I've seen all these. I'm going to go with Joe Pesci's in that one, right?
Yes.
I got to go with Home Alone.
Okay, Home Alone, Ernest Saves Christmas. You remember that one?
I do, but I've not watched that one, but I know the movie, but it's the first one I've not seen that you've rattled off there. So I'm definitely going to go with Home Alone.
Home Alone, Muppet Christmas Carol.
Home Alone.
Home Alone, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. My man, Uncle Eddie.
Okay, I'm going to keep going, but I think we might know the answer. Christmas Vacation, Elf.
That's Will Ferrell. I love Will Ferrell. Gosh, I still got to go with Christmas Vacation.
Okay, Christmas Vacation, The Polar Express.
My kids love the Polar Express. We actually took the Polar Express when we were in Athens and they were younger in a town called Nelsonville, right outside Athens. They've not forgotten that experience, but I still got to go with Christmas Vacation.
Okay, Christmas Vacation over The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
I know that one. I haven't seen that one, but I know that one. So I'll go with Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, that's it. That's the ultimate.
That is the movie.
This or That with
and it never gets old in our household.
in Medina, they have the motorhome. There's a place, a Christmas place, just off the square in downtown Medina, where the RV is there. You
really?
can go,
Uncle Eddie's RV?
Is there? I can't remember the place. I've been there 2 years ago. We'll
Do
get
they have someone out there saying the blank is full?
I think there is
Someone out there? Okay.
Yeah, it's. Right. I can't remember the name. Yeah, what's it called?
It's on our light loop.
Yeah, it's in downtown Medina.
I've
right
got to go
square,
check this out.
But the actual RV, the one from the movie, is on their
I
property.
can't believe I did not know this.
There we go. And
This has made this appearance on your podcast well worth it. Just that alone by itself.
So you've said this before when I told you about the Michael Jackson Thriller alternative. Remember that song, the Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
There we go. So Coach, I try to bring something to the table. You delight us with your responses. I try to give back in a little ways. And this is how I give back, to let you know that the RV from Christmas Vacation
I love it.
is here
It's fantastic.
in Medina.
That's right.
All right, so we've had Coach Groce. We had to make this 2 episodes. It was fantastic. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you being here on the episode, but also you being here in Akron. We love you and love what you're doing with this program. As a fan, we love being part of what's going on here on campus. So thank you so much.
We appreciate you. You do a great job with this and have a gift with it. So I hope our listeners appreciate all the efforts of Jacob, not only on the 2 podcasts, part 1 and part 2 that we did, but on the others as well.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
Coach. Thank you so much. Zips Nation Insider.